This entire stack of pancakes, under 400 calories, 40 grams of protein. A lot of people I know right now are looking to get in shape, build muscle, lose fat, whatever the case might be. And it's very overwhelming because of the amount of information out there. If I could give you one piece of advice, it would be to keep it simple. P Science for me makes it very easy. You guys know I work with them. Code Travis will save you 10%. Another company that I work with that I think would help you all out during this season is MacroFactor. So MacroFactor is a macro tracking app that I signed up with about 8 months ago before I started working with them. And I loved it. For me, I liked how intuitive it was to be able to track all of my foods. It made it extremely easy, as you can see on the screen right now. But they were also running a contest where they're gonna be giving away $100,000 in total. So 50 different winners, $50,000 grand prize. If you use the link, use code Travis to sign up for a free 2-week trial. It is going to be a transformation challenge. Just make sure you're signed up before January 10th. This is the best 40 grams of protein is ever gonna taste. The other thing that I really love about MacroFactor is it takes the hassle out of tracking all your foods because it's very fast and efficient. And it also has coaching built in. So it will help adjust your macros as long as you're tracking appropriately as the weeks go along. So it's a super, super valuable tool for a very affordable price. I think you guys, especially if you're starting out on a new journey, would get a lot of use out of it. So if anybody is a diehard of the channel, let me know if you can tell what changed with the rack other than the color. A lot of you like the white sign better. So do I. The red was cool, but I think this makes the gym look a little cleaner. But can you tell what is different? This angle might help you a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more snug here. Something might have changed back here. Let me know. And you'd probably have to be a real Prime junkie to notice what happened here. But if you can figure that out, let me know. I did purchase these handles from Facebook Marketplace for like $100, so great deal. These things are legit. As we move into 2025, I plan to keep training very consistent, and I will stick with a full body routine. I just find that works the best for me and a busy schedule. And as always, I'm happy to email my plan to anybody that's interested. It's just an easy Excel spreadsheet, but it has worked very well for me. Now, some of you might be concerned about hitting legs on the same day as upper body, and you really do start to adapt after a while. And you guys know I don't do a whole lot of leg volume just because I got these big old tree trunks already, but it's not as daunting as you might think. All right, let's go ahead and use these new handles. I've been looking forward to this. Unfortunately, because of how low they hang, I've got to be really careful with the range of motion, but I think we'll be all right. Oh yeah, that feels so good. You can hear the weight stack hitting though. So I'm just short enough where I can make it work if I lean back, but if you're much taller than me at 5'9", it's gonna be a no-go. Now for time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and superset some triceps with some rear delt flies, which is one of the reasons I love this single stack. So I'm just gonna knock this out real quick. Easy lunch here. It's gonna be 616 calories, 60 protein, 20 fat, 51 carbs, similar theme. Keep it simple. I've got the cauliflower rice with ground beef and some pineapple. So my strategy is to eat fruit, vegetables, and protein throughout the day. That's it. No carbs, no rice, no pasta, nothing like that until dinner, because I know we're gonna wanna sit down as a family, have something that everyone can enjoy, so I save my heavier meal for that time. It's just what works for me. And again, I think simplicity is the way you're going to drive adherence. I know your favorite influencer is trying to sell you a cookbook. Recipes are great. I just don't feel that it's necessary or practical for a lot of us when we're just trying to get in nutrients and get to the rest of our day. And honestly, I spend so much mental energy trying to figure out what to feed my child. I don't need to figure out what I want to eat every day. Just keep it simple. The last thing I will say, especially if you're a busy working professional like myself, make sure you are meal prepping once a week. Cut your fruit, cook your beef, make your chicken, whatever food you're gonna eat throughout the day, and that will either make or break your entire experience. I think the most simple yet effective advice I could give you as you're starting your fitness journey is get up and move outside of your time that's in the gym. Of course, you're gonna have your dedicated cardio or your dedicated weights or whatever, but letting life be your cardio. Getting out, hanging out with your family, walking your dog, spending time with the kids, getting out into nature, all of this really, really adds up. So for me, one of my big goals of 2024 was to increase my step count, and I got to over 11,000 steps per day, as you can see here on the screen. And that is working a very sedentary job, not just taking arbitrary walks, but just getting out, moving, just through living. Now, I know some people are saying, Travis, we don't all live in the South. It's so cold where I'm at. We can't go outside. Number one, suck it up. Number two, move. Number three, buy a nice coat. It does help keep you warm. But if you can't do any of that, there are other options. All right, sorry about that, guys. I was trying to talk you through the walking pad, and Griffin had other plans, but it's a very small investment if you need to get steps in the house. If you're like me, you don't have a treadmill, it does come in handy. And so do these Verse energy drinks from PE Science, especially when you have a toddler. Another way you can hack some additional movement into your day is by snacking. Now, I know that sounds a little crazy. You think you probably shouldn't be snacking. Well, if you've never heard of the concept of an exercise snack, because of course those thoughts are gonna come to your brain, and what you can do is replace that thought with, okay, I need something to occupy something in my mind because my mind's just racing all the time. Awesome, I'm gonna get down, I'm gonna give myself a little exercise snack. Maybe it's 5 push-ups, maybe it's 20, just depends where you're at in your journey. Or if you have a tool like this, maybe it's just a quick hit on the bike. For me, I'm trying to sneak in an additional 5 minutes every single night. That's gonna give me an additional half hour of cardio. But again, it's just these different ways to get creative, to stay active. Moral of the story is you have time. Now it's just a matter of, are you gonna do it? It's up to you. You are gonna get to the end of the day, you're gonna need 2 things, something sweet and protein, and I have the perfect answer for you. But please, anyone that remembers junk bowls from my videos back in the day, let me know, because junk bowls have really evolved, and you're gonna see why I'm saying that. So the first thing you're gonna want is some organic Greek yogurt. I get this from Aldi, very affordable, and I despise Greek yogurt. It tastes terrible if you're just trying to eat it by itself. People are like, oh, just add some honey and some fruit. No, it is terrible unless you do what I'm about to show you. But what I love about Greek yogurt is it is packed of protein, and it is, again, very affordable. So what you have to do is add in some protein powder. Depending on my mood, I will either add the chocolate truffle if I want something really chocolatey, or the frosted sugar cookie if I want more of a vanilla yogurty type of flavor. So tonight I'm actually gonna go with, let's go with chocolate, because it tastes like a chocolate mousse when you do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up 1 serving, which is 170 grams, 168, 171, that is close enough. And then I'm just gonna add in my scoop of protein powder here. You guys know you can use code Travis to save 10% on anything at pescience.com. Now this is going to be way too thick to stir. So what you're gonna wanna do is just add a little bit of water. Start with something just like that. So this is the consistency you've got, and you can eat it just like this if you want. But what I am going to do is actually put this in the fridge to thicken up, and I'll have this before I go to bed tonight. Now I know a lot of people are into like the Ninja Creamy thing, and even this for me is a lot of extra work. I tried the Ninja Creamy. It tasted great, but it was just too much, and my kid hated the sound. It's not very practical if you ask me. So I'm just gonna put this in the fridge, and we will see it in a couple hours. So after a while, you will see it will thicken up, and it reminds me of a thick mousse, which is chocolatey, delicious, incredible. Griffin always tries to steal a bite. So if you want to eat it just as is. Oh, you want a bite? Okay.
Yeah.
Come here, bud.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Is it yummy?
Yeah.
You can do that. Or if you feel like making a 2025 junk bowl, this is what we're gonna do. And in case you weren't here, BG, before Griffin, Greg, do a flashback to some of the epic junk bowls from back in the day. So I think it's safe to say I'm back. I really like fat and I'm a big fan of carbs. So we're gonna junk this up a little bit because that's what a junk bowl is, and that's what I intended when I patented the junk bowl back in 1986. So here's what we're gonna do. Actually, there's not much to it. I mean, we're just gonna throw the damn donuts in the bowl and call it a night. We became a little bit more calm over the years, and now we're just gonna add in one of these chocolate bars. It's a pretty good size. I get these from Aldi. What I love about 85% is it really gives me that fix for chocolate in addition to this, but it's not so sweet that it makes me want more. So I'm just gonna break this up and put it in my bowl. All right, so now we've got this. All we're going to do is add in a little bit of honey. This is an optional step, but I like it. And here's the secret. Throw a pinch of salt. I know it sounds a little crazy, but if you mix all of this together, you're gonna get a ton of protein, a ton of sweetness. You're gonna go to bed satisfied. And the macronutrient breakdown is on the screen right now. It is definitely a great way to end the day.